Hello, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again, even though I cannot see you. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I was just playing for an hour or two this morning on Pokerstars, and there's this one crazy table. Sometimes you get this where you've got a maniac on the table and everyone's going for it, including myself. Well, I had a few goes. It was good fun. I mean, I ended up losing a bit. I think I was on that particular table. I was -2 or 3 buy-ins. I don't mind. It was wild. But I thought what I would do is, this is not really an analysis video. It's just kind of showing you this table and enjoy the ride. And it would also be an opportunity for me to show you, an aspect of how to use Holdem Manager. I sometimes do this. I haven't done this for a long time, where I have a look at a particular table or zoom in on a particular part of my game. I did say before, I do want to do a video where I show do a bit of an evaluation or analysis of my jacks. I was doing okay with Jack, and then it went right down, and it may have improved since last week or so, but I just haven't had time to do that. But that's going to be, I need to take a little bit more time to do that video. So how do we do this? So you can see I've got my Holdem Manager open here, and you've got all these reports here. You've got options you can have by results, analysis, date and time, pre-flop, post-flop. So they're the sort of general sort of categories of report. What we want to do is what we've already done. I think we might have already put it into favorites. Okay. Where is it? Oh yes, sessions by table. Okay, so I couldn't find it then. So we want to do sessions by table. We've already clicked this as a favorite, and when you do that, it goes over here into this column. So we're just going to click this column, sessions by table. I've already changed this to today, so we can, you can have the filter on for my entire Bankroll challenge, which started on November the 12th, and it will show you every table that you played in that time. So the table name and the date, and you can go back and have a look at Pacific table. We just want to have a look at one today, so we're looking at this one, Karina 3, I think it is. And we see that we've lost $12, but that's not the point today, really. Yes, we're probably going to, I think we had a little bit of bad luck and we did 1 or 2 stupid things, so that's how it is. So we clicked on that, and these hands will come up here in these rows here. And what I do, there might be a better way to do this. I just hold down Shift and then my down key. I want to highlight all these hands here. Okay, and go down. Not sure how many hands is there. Oh no, that's Haley. Sorry, I need to go back. Do that again. Just make sure that you have got the right table. Okay, so this is the right table. Okay, so let's start again. Scroll down. Click on this. Oh, okay. Click on that and then scroll down. So we've got every hand in Karina. You can just look at one hand at a time. There are ways to do this. So there's 137 hands. And then I'll just right click and click replay, and it will start there with the first hand. So I'm just going to change the screen like that, and let me go back to the other screen. Might help a little bit. I'm going to just set the speed of the replay, just a medium speed. I'm not really going to go through this and analyze every hand and go slowly. We're just going to go click, 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 click. Really just kind of look at this. This was a crazy table. I might pause it if something comes up, but really we're probably just going to go through it and see how we get on. So let's close that. All the rest is, I'm not going to have the villains' names there or the HUD stats. I think everything's set up as it should be. So let's get back into that screen. It's a bit better for you. Here's me, hero. Da, 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 da. Okay, so this is the first hand. The particular villain here is this player here, villain 46. So he's on the button at the moment, or she's on the button at the moment. So basically the two players to my right is a crazy maniac, but it was good fun. So okay, so let's get started and we'll go through this. So and we'll just watch it really. I'm interested in watching this again myself. We have nothing, and so the guys, I think the guy's VPIP, I say guy, but his VPIP was about 96%. So they almost played every hand. Yeah, and they lost that first hand. So I've got almost every hand on this replay. I may have may not have recorded one or two hands where I maybe was sitting out or something like that. Okay, so already you can see their stack size going up here, and they're opening quite a, not only opening quite a lot of hands, but you know, very often as what you see a maniac do. Sometimes we're re-raising a lot, or the open raise size is some crazy sizes. So I mean, really, you're gonna have to pause the video. I thought I'd just click, you know, the replay speed's a little bit fast, maybe, and maybe let's just slow it down one notch. Might be a bit better. But you can see here a lot of hands being played, and a lot of three bets, a lot of four bets, a lot of shoving, and it could be, as I think we go on a little bit, it starts to get crazy. So we have 7-5 here, nothing happening here. So we got the open raise of 6. The call of that. I mean, you look at some of the hands here. So what people are really going all in with and calling with, and there's some crazy rivers that come up here. I just thought, oh, this might be a bit interesting to have a look back at. One or two hands, I thought I made one or two mistakes. I think in this situation, where it's all getting a bit wild, my strategy is usually to tighten right up, and then to really just kind of pre-flop shove sort of nutted hands. I don't think that, you know, it's really that. You can't really play sort of too much post-flop here when you've got maniacs playing, because it's just like kind of the bets are meaningless, really. They're just kind of gambling. I mean, I gambled once or twice here, and I lost. And I played some nuttish hands, and I lost. And I played one or two nuttish hands, and I won. So it was okay at the end of the day. I was just, minus just over 2 buy-ins. I think, well, it's a $5 game, yeah. So there's $5 9 mats at Pokerstars. So we're playing really tight, folding. Well, I think my VPIP in this game was 10, 11, 12. I wasn't playing that many hands. I played about 10 hands, 12 hands. But I think if you see some of the hands that were being played and how they were being played, I think playing tight is probably the best, in my view, the best strategy. I think one or two hands I could have probably gone for. But I just felt that the luck wasn't with me in this game a little bit. You'll see in a bit. So see how this goes. I think villain 47 here and villain 46. I think they ended up having a little bit of a leveling war. And Jack 9 off and be folding. I mean, most of the times, I've been playing a bit of $5 over the last sort of week or so. And most of the times, the table's quite sort of steady. Especially on the 9 max. There's not too much craziness. I like it when you've got a player, something to go for sometimes. And I haven't really seen that too much in the last week or so. Sometimes I like to identify one or two players that, they're up for a bit of action, playing a bit loose. This is where you make your money, or where I make my money. But it's been a bit, everyone seems to have been playing a little bit tight, a little bit cautiously over the last few days or so. Then suddenly I got this table and boom. It was just like, yeah, so there we go. Now we start to get the fun happening. So we've got big pots here. So you can see fairly loose, fairly swingy, but good fun. I got a royal flush this morning, actually. I just took, well, obviously not on this hand. I'm not in the hand, but on Zoom, I had a heart royal flush. So the link for Holdem Manager is in the description. There's a lot you can do with it. I've probably need to use a little bit more. I do plan to do some reviews and analysis of some of my hands with it. And I'm probably not the best at using it in terms of knowing how it works. I'm not really that much of a technical person, but like you see at the start of this video, a bit clumsy, but I can generally get to where I want to. I did a video, a couple of shorts videos. I'm going to do more of those, actually. because I was looking at it myself. It was mainly at GG Poker in my tournaments. I was going all in, short stacked maybe, and I was just getting hammered all the time. Ace Ace was getting beat, and King was getting beat. So I started to have a look at these kind of pre-flop all-ins, and sometimes you do get this feeling that, it's rigged. I don't really get the feeling that it's rigged. I just feel that some days there seems to be a lot of setups. But, I get that feeling and I look at my graph and it's going up, so I don't allow that. Just poker. I've got used to that just being poker. But I do seem, on my GG tournaments at the moment, I've done okay in tournaments last week or two. Got a final table on Pokerstars, that was. I won $150 ticket. So I didn't do very well in the $150 game, so I can't complain. Just want to be a millionaire. Just like, but some days, some nights or whatever, just every all in seems to go against me. I just seem to lose all my races. So what I did a couple of days ago, and I think I put a couple of shorts videos up, is just kind of I just went into the Holdem Manager, looked at my pre-flop all-ins, and and I started to put a couple of those videos up on YouTube. But I'm going to do some more analysis of those. It's interesting. I think also when you do go back through them, you do get to see. You might think, oh, this is rigged. Oh, this is a setup. Oh, this is criminal. Oh, they're just taking my money. And then you look at the stats and you look at the way that you're playing, you realize it's, it's not. So here we got, I think, we start to get the crazy hands now. The open raises of 52, 40. I mean, ace 4, I was tempted. I was sitting thinking I could fold a lot of hands. But I started to think, good sort of Broadway suited hands. Pretty much anything with an ace on should be going in and in position. Well, so here we got these 3-way all-ins. Yeah, 5-7. The king takes it there. Ace 4 suited for me. Oh. I give it a go. It's got an ace on and it's suited. Yeah, and he gets his queen. Yeah, so I kind of thought, okay, here we go. Just my luck. I mean, there's not much you can take from this kind of video in terms of like, how to play poker. Just like, sometimes there's going to be wild rides like this. Wild games. I quite like them. Sometimes. No, I can. It's a high variance game, isn't it? These kind of things. 7-2. I'm not going anywhere. Although I want to, I feel like, oh, all that money in the pot. I hate folding when there's, you know, all that money in the pot. It's certainly probably worth a call, but I'll leave it alone because I really think, you know, half the time these players are not folding. They're just, you know, what was it? The guy just called down with bottom pair, I think, wasn't it? You know, so 7-2. Don't really have much hope at the start. If you do catch a 7, probably still don't have much hope. So, okay, so another big pot. So, you know, we started to get this big pot after big pot. So a lot of chips flying all over the place. Yeah, and King 6 off. Take some money. You know, 90, what was it? 96, 97% VPIP. You start to see, you know, you start to see raggy hands hit all the time. And you start to think, it smells fishy. When you don't want them to have the nuts, they have the nuts. I think also, I think in this situation, I'm just waiting for nutty hands, you know, and I just had a period in this game where like chips were flying and I was getting hands like, you know, 10-5 off. Come on, give me a 7-2 off. Give me something just to give me something with an ace on. Give me something suited. Give me some Broadways. Give me something. Yeah, suited 8-3. You know, such. Help me. It's very similar, isn't it? I find that a lot. Again, I say I find it a lot, but I had a situation the other day. I got to the final table. Got 3-5 suited. Of course he's got it. Ah, sickening. Ah, it makes you want to puke. That's poker, isn't it? You know, we've all had this, haven't we? But it's like, you know, the last when you're sort of down 25 chips in a tournament, you think, okay, I want something nuttish in my nutty range. I want something when I'm in position or in a big blind, and you just get nothing. You know, you end up having to bluff into it. Okay, ace queen. I'll put it in. I thought, okay, great. First kind of nuttish kind of hand I've had, but not nuttish. Well, a hand. I know I'm beat. Soon as I. This hurts. That is, yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, ace queen. It's not great, is it? But I thought it's worth putting it in here. Have a sniff. uh, you know, and then every time you need ace to come, it doesn't come on. When you've got king, ace comes. Here we go. What do I do here? What do you get? What do you think? Okay. Oh dear. Everyone falls. 2 chips. Oh. Okay. I've got an ace and a 2. I'll give it a call. Loosey goosey. NCB says. Oh. I got a backdoor or something. Oh. Come on. Come on. Please. No. Don't do this to me. Oh, God. I get it. Lucky. That's 7. That's a bad fold. I'm looking at that now, and I think in game, I think that was a misclick. With all those chips there. I should have been playing that, and actually, I think sometimes what happens, sometimes my hand gets folded for me. I just go, I go to call and then start folding as if the buttons don't come up or something. Oh, I didn't click to fold, or maybe I do it by mistake. But anyway, I went, okay, nutty. Okay, go on. Okay, we win 3 chips. Maybe not even now. It was fun to play. I mean, I say fun, but I got annoyed at 1 or 2 points. But then I kind of, I think you've just got to. When I get into these situations where, I'm at these tables and it's not going my way, like it isn't really so far, I just remember, just visualize my graph. I just think, like, okay, look, longer term, it's okay. This is a bit of fun along the way, and whichever way this goes, as long as it doesn't go too far south, enjoy it. I'll say to myself, okay, I'm prepared to lose 6 buy-ins at this one table. Kind of as after that I'm out. But I think at this table today, -2 and half buy-ins, something like that. That's okay. Risk reward ratio for that, with all the chips flying about, that's worth it. And I could have earned a lot more. It's one of those ones, I think. Didn't get involved. I didn't really get involved in the action too much here. I made a couple of mistakes, had a bit of bad luck. But sometimes on a table like this, I've ended up winning 6, 7, 8 buy-ins, so it's worth. I like it when they come around. But like I say, recently, in the last sort of week or so, generally speaking, been a bit slow. Like 2 or 3 days ago, I had 4 $5 tables open. Actually, I was playing 4 $5 2 days ago. I just had a really early morning session. I went out on girlfriend's birthday. We went out to Went out to a really nice restaurant the night before by the beach. Beautiful food, reasonably priced. It's kind of really good vibe. Nice night. Girlfriend was really happy, and that was good. And I just got up really early the next day. I thought that maybe I ate too much food. I went to sleep or something. And so yeah, I put $4 or $5 tables on $2 Zoom tables. I didn't want to sort of play, make it too stressful. Just chill out, cup of coffee maybe. At 5 a.m. or something. And I think in an hour I was like plus $25, plus five buy-ins, and I was just it wasn't only one particular table that was just on every table. I think my 2 Zoom tables, nice. All the other tables, you know, green. You know, that was good. And nothing wild, nothing crazy, just ABC poker. And good start to the day. So I actually got up I think I started this today at 6 o'clock. I got up quite early. I washed up and had breakfast and clean the place up a bit. And it's a bit of a motorbike outside. Hopefully you can hear that. And so I actually started playing, you know, before 6:30, and I was hoping for one of those, like, you know, an hour or two, plus 5 or 6 buy-ins, but it was kind of going the other way. I think overall it's like minus 3 or 4 buy-ins. I'll play a bit later on today. It'll be fine. So this is something I like to do sometimes if I want to have a look at a particular table. I think it's useful to do this. I think there's lots of ways you can use Holdem Manager. You can look at, like I'm going to do in the next day or two. I've said this before. We're going to have a look at Pacific Hands, Jack, where it was good, not good. Well, maybe it's okay now. I don't know, but you know, sometimes I lose my way with a particular hand, and I need to look at it a bit closer. I think before I had problems with Ace Queen, and I was sometimes losing money with that. So you can really kind of look at, you know, what hands are winning you the money. It's usually Ace King. You know, look at what percentage of your winnings comes from Ace King. Big percentage. And then, you know, what's happening with all your other hands, and what's happening with your how are you doing in different positions, and sometimes just how you're managing a particular table, you know, a particular table dynamics. Sometimes it's good just to do this. I haven't done this in a long time. Just to put one table on. I mean, partly I'm doing this as like it's entertaining to see the amount of chips flying about, but also I think the other side of it is, did I do the right thing here? And I can see here already, I already know there was 1 or 2 situations where I didn't do very well, and another aspect of it where I just didn't really have anything to play. And another aspect of it where I was just really unlucky, you know, so let's see how it goes. You know, so we can see the guy here has been really aggressive. It's everything, you know, going for half stack, full stack. So what we got here, Ace Jack versus King. You know, that's the it's this one King. Just make a note. I would say this. I think this guy, the crazy guy, the maniac. Now he's on 600 big blinds. He beat, I mean, he had ace jack there, so not air, but he beat king about 4 times on the trot, 4 or 5 times on the trot with air. And then you start to think, is this fixed? Is this rigged? But, you know, see what happens at the end. So, we all know, I probably all know where this goes, but the other thing, you know, you think, okay, yeah, it's a bit crazy, but it's not. 2 off, monster. They were just really not getting the hands. That 5 off. Frustrating. Oh dear. Okay. I mean, it's I'm just getting nothing, you know. 9-5 off. I want hands. And give me something. I mean, it was okay for me. I had like, you know, 5 other tables that I was playing, but I was looking at this one. I was like, I want the cards on this table. Please. The guy's got 700 big blinds now. 730 big blinds. I mean, 10-7, I was folding too much there, you know. So this, looking at, you know, worth a punt 10-7 suited in this situation, in the small blind, and at least see a flop. But okay, I didn't. So folding a bit, you know, not getting many hands, and then when I do get even the marginal hands, could have played 1 or 2 of them. Yep. 10-4. 10-4 off. Good enough. You know, so a lot of chips out there now. 700 here, 350 here, 180 here, 140. So this is good. You know, I like these kind of tables where, you know, people are getting deep. That king suited. I think I fold this as well. I think what I'm doing. Oh no, I don't. That's cool. Well done. Maybe I should have re-raised. Oh, Yeah, I did think I folded. Obviously, I didn't fold pre-flop. And then we're gonna flop there anyway. So it's a bit of a frustrating one for us because, you know, unless we really want to go for a high variance game, then yeah, that would be been the flop for the Jack King suited. King 7. Okay. Jack Queen I should have played, I think. Well, 46 free raise. Have a good job that I didn't play. Yeah, Jack 2, good enough. 4-4 folding. Look at the look that you see these players get. Sometimes. Obviously, wasn't lucky there. Here we go. I'll get something. Okay. I'll finally get something. There we go. Look. 9-7 off. Hey, fucking rivers are 7. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, so, you know, you just think, okay, I've sat here. I've waited for something nuttish. I get my something nuttish. I go all in with my something nuttish. The maniac calls my something nuttish. The maniac has air. And he gets 2 pair. And I'm left hanging. You know. How often does that happen? How often? Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, yeah. So you can see the chips are building up. Everyone's sort of piling in here. 760, 190, 160, 200, 130. So I don't want to leave this table. Me, 100. Probably minus 200 or 300. Everyone's taking my... I'm the table fish. Everyone's just waiting for me to play. Oh dear. Queen Jack. Yeah, might have a pop with that. So very loose play here today. I wanted to play Jack 9. I'm not going to go all in with Jack 9 suited. Again, it's like typical, isn't it? It's like, okay, I've got something like I want to have a look at the flop. Boom. 700. Oh no. Why can't you do your little donkey one when I've got a suited hand? Suited connector. But now you have to go all in and kill my dream. Now we're gonna... That's what it is. Have a run of dead card. Dead. 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 Nut. Beat. Dead. Dead. Something. Ah. All in. Oh, fold. Dead. Dead. You know? Oh, it's incredibly frustrating. Eight four off. Oh, EP early position. 8-4 off. Come on. Hold the ace five suit. I should have played that. Again, that was picked up a 5 on the flop here. Had a marginal hand multi-way. How would it have done? Would have ended up having to fold. 8-9. So possibly an error with the ace 5. Should have played that differently. I think there may have been a better way to play that than folding. But you know, it's a foldable hand too. So not exactly a nitty play. Folding is an option. Early position, ace 5. But I think in this situation, should have been played. I think in this situation, you have to think, you know, if you open it, you have to be saying, I need to be prepared to play for stacks here. My attitude is, I need to be prepared to be playing for stacks. It's gonna be kind of fit or fold, and I probably would have been doing something stupid like shoving ace 5 suited on the flop there with the 5, because I know the guy on the right is going to be calling quite loose, but obviously, you know, the other guy with his 8-9 probably would have had me beat there. So. Okay, big pot here, 430 chips. Let's see what's happening. 10-10. Looks like 10-10's got that. Ace 4 suited, king 8, king 8 is king. And that's goes to the 10-10. Oh, we get 3-2 off. Come on. All in 500. Now it's 200 nearly, 189. Jack pre-suited. Yeah. And it wins it. 700 odd chips now. Killers. These ones are killers. it's killer when you're watching somebody else just get murdered with nothing. And it hurts when it happens to me, but I can feel other people's pain. I'm an empath in this situation. I'm like, ooh. That was painful. I feel your pain. Oh, ouch. Jack free suited. Oh, I can imagine what you're saying to yourself right now. And I can imagine the curses that are coming from your lips. Ace Queen. King Jack suited. Of course. Of course. Again. It's always those situations. Like, oh, please, no king. No queen. No jack. Give me an ace. Give me a queen. And the first card, king. And so look, still me with 100 chips. Hero. 100. 100 chips. Ah. King 10 off. 11. Position. Worth a call, but a fold. So I think with all those chips out there, I sort of, this is what I'm learning now is, especially in the blind area, it's worth the 10 chips. I'm overfolding now. 8, 9, 10. I mean, it came to nothing, but worth a gamble. Certainly have the odds to call on the implied odds to call. But I need to be a bit more awake. Those situations. Wasn't awake there. Or it's one of those situations, your king 10 off is dead. And you need a lot for it to win. But it has a chance. It has a not too unreasonable. But sometimes I think you just have to call. Take your chances. I need to take my chances a bit more. Situations like this. Queen Jack off. I think in this, I was going to say in this situation is worth a call. Well, would have been a waste of time. King Jack suited. I just limp behind. I'm feeling if I re-raise, it's just going to get shoved on. So I'm quite happy with this situation multi-way. We get top pair. I should have re-raised here. Multi-way, top pair. And I think I start to take an aggressive line now. There we go. Get past that diamond heart. So I think, help. Okay, so we have a bit of luck. But page 6, I should have maybe had a look at that. Well, the guy Villain 46 has got nearly 900 chips now. A VPIP of about 97. Oh dear. King 7. I should play this. What do I do? I think this is 14. We got out of jail there, probably. But I just shoved the flop with the 7. In this game. Slightly different strategy. It's called the fishy strategy. Yeah. If you can't beat them, join them. Queen 8 suited. I'm tempted to have a go there. Probably should have had a go, but 4-4. Oh. Every time I want to have a go, I just mind you, I think it's 12. Bear in mind, you know, people say, "Oh, the implied odds," but 12 chips for 4-4. All those other stacks behind. Really low EV hand. Got out of jail. At 9 suited. All in. What is this? Second time with Jack 9 suited. I kind of just felt that coming as well. I just thought, you must see my hand. You must see, you got like X-ray vision. You must see I've got a hand where I just want to have a sniff at the flop. You know? And boom. All in. It's where it gets difficult because you really have to have something to call for your stack. Ace 8 suited. Tempted here. What do I do? Yeah, go for it. Okay. Good luck. Okay. River's a king. River's a king. Unbelievable, man. What's that? 2 stacks? 3 stacks down? Just go in. I was really tilted here. I thought, as soon as I did this, I completely regretted it because oh dear. I was hoping that everyone else would fold. But clearly, the guy next to you's got ace-ace. That's not going to happen. I wasn't thinking straight. I was obviously tilted. I was obviously like, oh dear, you know, again, I get done. And I can ace-4. I've probably got better hand review. Let's have a go. And then as soon as I shoved all in, I thought, oh, not such a good idea. And then obviously the guy next to me, what's the look at that? You know, it's almost like the Pokerstar gods guys go, we know he's going to shove with ace-4, and we'll give the guy next to him ace-ace, and then we'll have a laugh at his expense. But there you go. So by this time, I think I'm down 3 stacks, maybe even 4 stacks, maybe even 5 stacks. You know, I'm down a lot. I do recover. It's a bit of a spoiler, but yeah, it wasn't going well at one point. Oh, ace four suited. Tempted. Here we go. Okay. Oh, we get the four. King seven. Wonderful. Oh, we get one back. Crazy, isn't it? Usually I don't shove ace four seven. No, sorry, ace four suited. There's some nice stack sizes here now, like 500 odds, 400, 200, 400, 200, 150, 300, 200. So that's great, you know, bit of money on the table to play for. Chips flying everywhere. Mainly from my stack towards other people's stack. It's King 10. It's another one. King 10, I want to have a sniff. And we get 64. Big blind. And look at that flop. That would have been mine. What can I do? Tell me. Do I call 64? Big blind. Big King 10 off. I don't know. My thinking is no. But you know, the guy's now just going crazy. So King 10 off. Probably not. Probably is a fold. Probably. I think. Really, I would say King Queen off is probably my lowest range, calling range. King Jack, King 10 off, holding. Big pot here. Coming up, 250. Ace Ace versus Queen Queen. Actually, we haven't had too many of those, have we? You know, Ace Ace, Queen Queen, King Kings. A lot of the pots have been sort of marginal ones. That's what's put me off a little bit, you know. I mean, calling with marginal hands. Everyone else is sort of playing with marginal hands, and they've got you covered. You know, it's really a gamble. I'm really looking for. You know, my strategy, like I said at the start, is try to play tight. There's been one or two incidences but I haven't done that. Shoving ace-4 off wasn't exactly tight. Ace-4 suited wasn't exactly tight. You know, it's lacking a bit of consistency there. But generally, in this situation, I'm trying to be patient, wait for something nutted, and I'm just going all in pre-flop because there's so many chips out there, you know, and people are just, they're not forwarding. You might as well just, you know, go for it. 10, 2, suited. Wonderful. See how many hands we have left here. We're coming up to nearly the end. I think there was 137 hands, so we have 9-3. Maybe if I put on the hand graph, do that. That would tell me where, you can't see that, that tell me where I am, I think. Put this up and move this over. Oh, that'll be fine. That will then, I can see where we are then. I think we're near the end, I think. Yes. And there's about 10 hands to go, I think. Yeah. No, maybe not even that. Okay, well, good for us. We survived with ace jack there. So you can see our chips go back up now, 3, 6, 7. Usually a bit swingy these games. So we've made a little bit of a recovery here. And this guy's chips going down. I think it was up to nearly 900, wasn't it? So, you know, I know this now. You think, this is the other thing is, you think these guys, when they're playing like this, I say guys, guys, girls, yeah, sometimes you do see them, they're like winning every hand, they're rivering you all the time, they're rivering everybody else, and you do think, gosh, this is fixed, it's criminal, call the police. But, you know, I know pretty much 100% of the time, they're never leaving when, you know, they might be plus, you know, 600, 700 big blinds or whatever. Really, you know, the sensible thing to do will be for them to leave and bank their money. You know, and call it a day. They've done well. But they usually just play till it's all gone. So it's whatever. They're just having a bit of fun. They're probably and that's clearly what's happening here. I mean, you know, we can see now Got the queen there, has he? So just, you know, gone from about 900 to 100 here. Just throwing everything in all the time. So this is quite common. You know, what I do say to myself is just, you know, be patient, wait for something nutted, throw it in. And I haven't played this, you know, looking at this table and look at the way I played, and the guy's gone now. Looking at the way that I played, wasn't that great. I had a bit of bad luck. You saw that. I made one or two bad gambles. You saw that. I was quite card dead quite a lot when I really wanted something. I had that situation. I couldn't really play anything. When I did have something where I wanted to have a sniff at the flop, the guy just seemed to have X-ray eyes and had a big open raise or free bet in, which that just made it not worth it. And you know, so but the main thing is, I know, yeah, it's kind of annoying when you get done, you get sucked out, whatever. But you just gotta sit there, and you generally know that you're going to come back. You know, good play gets rewarded. I'm not saying I played well, but you know, if you tend to play better than the other player, like that player wasn't playing well, just throwing everything in. But if you can play better than that, then tend to. That's what I say to myself. You know, it will come back round, usually quicker than what you think. So here, I mean, I recovered. I think this is got one hand left after this before we finish the table. And I mean, I did sit out a couple of hands here, so we missed a couple of hands, but you know, you got the general idea. And yeah, that's it. So that's the last hand, I think. So basically, we ended up, I mean, we went down to about -5 buy-ins, almost -6 buy-ins, and we ended up with -2, -2.5 buy-ins. I think the actual big blind 100, I don't know if you've got it here. Probably. If we can have a look. And get the figure. Big blind. Okay, let's see if we can put that in. Just doing this on the other screen. Get that calculation. The big, yeah, I mean, I knew it was about that anyway. Yeah, so -182 over 137 hands. So, you know, can't play for another, I mean, I finished the game now, but play for another 20 minutes, win a couple of buy-ins, and you know, it's done. So it was worth a bit of a gamble. It didn't pay off for us. I hope you enjoyed that video. It showed you how crazy a table can be sometimes, how fun it can be, and also hopefully it showed you a little bit how to use Holdem Manager. There is a link in the description to Holdem Manager. If you do purchase Holdem Manager using that link, I do make a small commission, and it really helps me to build the channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.